leli gama lika Page lisepasini
awuthi
iqhamuka leli gama
abazali ngeke
mase kuthiwa Page yabona masamba amasho lapho sekubiza wena kuthiwa Page necha waqamba kamnandi baba wakho vele wenza
akanokuthi aqhamuka le nto yazi ukuthi ngempela kwafika sekukhona nje
asinibingelele ke siphinde sinamukele futhi kulolu hlelo olu extraordinary alifani nolunye lolu extraordinary inkondlo ziyaphilisa sibonge ke bafethu ngokuthi nisaqhubeke njalo nokusilandela nokulike nokushare yonke lento esiyenzayo ngenhloso yokukhulisa lo msebenzi esiwenzayo wenkondlo namhlanje lapha nginesihambeli esibaluleke kakhulu lo mlisa ngimazi kudala ke lo kudala ngakutshela into eningi kabi ngayi ngimazi mina efika la eThekwini uNkululeko ngweni so ahamba manje wabizwa Page somwele mama
so
hamba kahle mfowethu
ngikhona
ngikhumbula usangangami
cha phela khona abakhulayo khona
no mfethu sabonga kakhulu mfethu ukuthi uzivakashele siyakwazi indoda ematasanga kanani uthi nje uzohlala nathi lapha nabantu bakulindele vele ukuthi ube khona lapha sixoxa nje mfethu ngaba abantu bakwazi kangcono nebanga kusulihambile nangenhloso ukuthi ke sitshale lento le kulaba bezayo ngemuva ekugcineni ke futhi siphinde siphile futhi ngalento le ngoba nje kuthiwa ziyaphilisa kodwa ngaphambi kokuba siqhubeke I would be honored and the audience would be honored to get a rendition from you.
Okay. Yeah, I can share Izinkondlo. This is on the off chance I end up sounding like anything I say I am not. Fold my edges into me. Those ones I showed you when we held our bodies up to the sight of gods. When you buried your face into my collarbone and whispered something only my pores will know. I don't do well in the presence of anything grieving. I tend to meet the darkness accompanying it before I even see you standing there. I've carried many ghosts onto the edge of cliffs, few of which even knew me. More so how my ribs are shaped like the fences of their worldly homes. My lungs, a memory foam. The ghosts lay beside my lover's whispers. They all rise to my face when I say, I don't know what I am doing anymore. I'm aware of the limitations on what I'm able to articulate. Some things are better felt than said. Some things live off of the breath of the dead. And sometimes you peel open my hand to find me carrying what I promised you I had tossed. I am left clenching jaws tightly in hopes that you don't fall out, that you keep your songs for my skin, that I keep my skin for your grief and the whispers that dance in between. We have nothing to lose for holding on to ourselves except for what came to kill us. And if death is to catch us weightless, what is to say we were already not here anyway? A candle flickers because it doesn't want to return to the dark. We are still standing, having taken a gust of wind to the heart, where we last felt the winter, when we last saw the burn marking our terrain like crop circles, where we trace each other's trauma with our fingers and call it intimacy. You know, we map out where we most need to be held. We point to a spot and say, here, now you know where your love goes.
Umkhumbuza amanye ama-workshops esayabona I think kwaku-2012 noma mgcina mhlophe samba noSiqwayi noJuba soul rest in peace i-theme yale yanje ithi speak to be heard, speak to be understood. Sasitrain uma mgcina mhlophe and sonke safika laphana kunesiphithiphithi yabo seyitshentsisile izintwana seyifikile ngempethe eThekwini shaya inkondlo noma sit down bafana bami nijahe uma nikhuluma kanti yini inhloso lento enishoyo uma semizogijima ningasazwakala ukuthi nithini yabo into engishoyo uma ngihlelanga ngilalele wena ngiyasho ngihleli sometimes amanye ama messages anokuphunyuka noma anokuphunyuka abalaleli ngenxa yokugijima kwendlela aphinyiswa ngayo uyabona ibalekile into yokurelaxa le lesi silungu sapheji si-soothing yabona into egeza la into egeza nje la.
No, what I think ukuthi leyo nto uthi yenziwa ukuthi sometimes inkondlo sinokuyihaya thina singayilaleli yabo sibe siyenza and mina I think a lot of I've been working on vele ukuthi if I'm saying something ngingayisho mina ingadlulanga kumina
uyilalele
yeah
njengoba uyisho ngaleso sikhathi
njengoba ngisho that's why it's uyiphasa kwenzeka naturally ngaleyo ndlela ngoba nami ngisuke ngilalele lento engiyishoyo rather than ukuthi ayinto isiyiculo uyayibona leyo nto.
Angangabuza omunye umuntu ukuthi mawuse stage uperforma inkondlo yakho ikhumbula kanjani nathi omunye ngikhumbula la ngisuke ngiyibhale khona ukuthi ihamba la isila and manje njalo mangireciter I'm rushing to reach the next line ukuze ngingaze ngikhohlwe ngithi naleyo nto leyo usungekho kusayi stage la ungekho comfortable ngayo ngaleso sikhathi noma into osuke uthi ngisho sengijwayele sekuyindlela nje sengijwayele. So I think lento esho into esingayithatha sifa esikhaftini sofike sidle masifike ekhaya noma sifike sitshele nabantu idlanini la ukuthi kuhle ukuyilalela wena noma use stage uhamba because uyazazi ukuthi uthini. Mhlawumbe umuntu uzobuza ukuthi esisihle kangaka nje singithi uqhamuka lapho uNkululeko ngwenya.
Kanti uNkululeko ngwenya wazalelwa eMnambithi lokishini la khona nje ngane ethi sezakheni wakhulela khona nje wawumuntu ofika la eThekwini primary school lesizofunda higher primary higher primary
leli gama lika Page lisepasini
uqhamuka leli gama abazali beke
basethiwa Page yabona masamba amasho lapho sekubiza wena kuthiwa Page necha waqamba kamnandi baba wakho vele wenza
anganokuthi aqhamuka plan yazi ukuthi ngempela kwafika sekukhona nje ngiyamukela phela ngokuhle impela ngekhali kodwa angazi ukuthi yaqala nini kubani
awulazi igama lithi Page lapho
no ngisho ukulisho kanjani
ukulisho kanjani
igama lithi Page kahle kahle comes from ukuthi the fact ukuthi I have a hip hop background yabo so ngisamncane gather in this group and sibhale and used to rap yonke lonto le so manje I had igama lami Black Page rap so Black meant platinum so yabo ukuthi angithi ngidope yabo mangibhala la ngibhale khona ukuthi lo Page might as well be platinum before yayibona so that's where the name Black Page yaqhamuka khona bese mase ngiqala ngenza inkondlo makumele ngibizwe ama MC yabuya benenkinga no Black Page so Black Page Black Page athi manothi
manothi Page
so
ijikani nini ke lento
to a poet
you transitioning from hip hop to poetry noma kusanjalo usakwenza kokubili
lutho ngayeka impela
ngambeza phela unesitise ngimbeka ngathi Bradleyshana
yadlala no I think ukuthi ngagcina sengakwazi ukusho into engifuna ukuyisho kwi hip hop yabo.
Is it not free ma hip hop usho noma yini?
No I think ukuthi ile system ngakhula ke mina because mina ngakhula kwi around the era go Lil Wayne and all of these rappers ngaleso sikhathi leso so at some point kumele si acknowledge ukuthi ama feelings ethu they are complex yabo sometimes too complex for into ozoyinika beat and sometimes abanye abantu they have that skill ukuthi bayenze kunjalo and iphume ibe yinhle futhi and mina it just started making more sense ukuthi rather than care ukuthi i-rhyme ikuphi kulento engiyishoyo I care ukuthi mina ngikuphi kulento engiyishoyo yabo.
Do you still write anything related to hip hop?
I do. Kodwa kumele ungicenge man.
Okay, mawuyibhala uzuyibhalani uyenzani masuyibhalile? Amivu kesibukweni
no kumele ngicenge ngomuntu ngicenge impela athi ngicenge and then I have the thing bese ngiyibhala ayizwe bese most of the time it's not something vele engiyipassionate ukuthi ngathi ngiyilandelele kakhulu. Now I am more a fan of hip hop but I am everything with poetry. I am a fan. I am a practitioner. Yakona yonke lonke le.
If masikhuluma hip hop ipiyona la khulea la noma yonke.
Ngingathi yonke ngempela because also futhi is really for me to transition. There are a lot of rappers who were dabbling with poetry. Kutumi, now known as Stokiti, Kutumi, I made a Poetry Africa back in the day, and Yabona, all of the and I got in the very first book I told in a ribbon of rhythm, and they have a collaboration and kwabuya ngathi ngibetray yabona abantu mangisahamba kodwa mangithawu nabo nje there's a poet and a rapper working together to produce into it is so mangibona lapho it was an easier transition than ngoba kangithi kanjena ayikho esalayo yabo I'm still carrying myself over to
and umuntu angabuza ukuthi ngokuthi kwaqala usayibhala hip hop was it specifically in English noma khona ukubhala nangesiZulu?
No, I was completely in English. Completely in English. It was completely in English. Lil Wayne. Hey, of course, as much as we saw abantu like to West Africa Ocean, but our influence in my crew, that's where it came from. And and at some point it just got too.
And you imbalo yakho manje sikhuluma ngepoetry in terms of language, specifically English or
specifically English kodwa mina ngiyaziqhenya ukuthi I've managed ukuthi ngibe khona okuthize ngibhala ngesiZulu and futhi nakhona okuthize reason why kungekho more ukuthi ngiyahlonipha kakhulu isiZulu.
Can you remind me the first line of the poem you wrote in Zulu?
Ithemba ngaphiwa abangenalo.
Umuntu abantu bathu abekuza ukusho le nto. Kulisathi abantu bathu bazoyibona ngupetri.
Ngangayperform endaweni ethize ngathi ngisaperforma wakhona umuntu angazi kuyihlwela ngathi hawu labuyizwa. Kwayenye into nje empela.
Upubobs.
And then he's very busy. He's very busy. It's a beautiful thing, and he's very busy because we want to esa letana life ikona.
Ngibuza lokho ngoba ngifuna uxoxa i-relationship yakho mina nginazi ke inside you uthi LC027.
Impela. Only the real ones know that venue. So ngempela ngapha the very first time we performed outside of isikole sami, it was.
Nangifunda naye esikoleni esisodwa.
Sasingafunda esikoleni esisodwa, efunda kwisikole eselokushini kodwa ngakwenye indawo. Kodwa sasihlele endaweni eyodwa. Sihlanga sikhula ndawonye, dlala egroundini singane, sakhula. And then I was surprised later on mangithola ukuthi hawu lapha esikoleni sakhe kwakusahlangana isikole sami nesikole sakhe kwi-poetry. Ngabona naye ngathi hawu bo so then saqeda kanye isikole obvious and then
masicabanga nje manihlangana ngaleso sikhathi ngithola lo Bhelani sayile gang yolile nithi hey dog you also here
akazayike ngalwa kabi umfaka lapho nkulunkulu ngibani matheka umfaka lapho because ngempela mase sifika la duty kwakuukuthi the first time
nasohlala
siza for months
or you attended the same?
I attended for months mina ngifunda khona la ekhaya at the time I attended for months bese sathi nje hayi yabona lesihlanu mina ngeke ngiyungayanga nawe ngiyawunge yabo and then sabhala line up salandelana and that's the very first time 2011
I remember it like yesterday
ngiyakhumbula ndawo khona
so yaqala lapho ke lento
yaqala lapho
abangena
kwaba kuhle futhi impela and especially because we were writing a lot more together sinobona isikhathi lesahlangana sibhale ndawonye even if sibhale inkondlo zethu zami eyami yakho but just to be in each other's presence yabo so
I think unyaka olandela lo 2012 you won a slam se couple thoughts was it your first slam you won?
It was the first slam I win, but it was not the first poetry competition. The very first poetry competition was 2010. Safunda School. I win our schools competition. About number 1 we KZN. kwakujudge ubusogulu that time ujudge ubusogulu and sekhohliwe ubana babona kanjani sibiya usama kodwa kukhona nabanye abantu abajudge ikole za performance ndawonye ke but that was the first competition. But the very first slam I win a Cup of 2012, and that's how I got onto Poetry Africa.
I wanted to say 2012 was really a good year for you.
It was not a bad year. It was
so,
not a bad
tell me
year.
about Poetry Africa. It's a very big stage. That's a very big stage.
It's a very big stage, and into enkulu kumina ukuthi ngangena kwi slam sakhona ngangena kwi bese ngaba main participant because it was a festival I've been attending since I was 16, 15. Yeah. In fact, before even Ngibhale, the very first poem I attended the Poetry Africa Gala. I attended the Poetry Africa Gala before even Ngibhale Gala. So it mattered to me more than umunye umuntu owaba khona ngathi hey kwakuyinto enkulu kodwa ke ngingamthembisa ukuthi kumina kwakuyinto enkulu then kuwena kuyinto enkulu ngoba mina it was something that I've always had yabo ukuthi.
And you've participated on a lot of big stages or a lot of big shows across the country. Have you gone abroad?
Lutho.
But have you participated on
some there? My international viewers.
We are here. I was participating in abroad no more in South Africa, online.
I might have ukuthi kube into ekanjalo, but it's been mainly lana ngempela. I had a situation once where I was supposed to perform in Mali after Poetry Africa.
Yeah.
And then it was for terrorism. Yonke lonto so it was deemed unsafe for us to see yonke lonto. So kumele approve izinto. So that's the only reason why ngagcina ngayanga. But I've been lucky and enough ukuthi ngiperform like South Africa in endaweni eningana impela.
And abantu abaningi bawazela ku Sundowners at the Playhouse, and I think ayosuhlala isikhathi eside kuleyanto uyenza
60 years manje.
60 years.
60 years.
60 years.
Yeah.
So can you tell us about that? How did you end up there and how is it going?
Yay. No, it was a situation where the late Carol was the one over in charge of Isandanas before me. I think it was a few months old before, and then Carol one move on, and then Mina I already was helping Carol with the show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I've been I recommend I think for small part yeah, I went to recommendations and now umuntu who seems to have a passion for Lento, who can host, who can curate a poetry event, and also reliable. So that's how I went there. And it's been a very successful program. It's hired a lot of poets. It's produced a lot of good shows, and it's in a legacy. Hopefully,
yeah, definitely. Kade sikhuluma nje la off air. Ngithi mina sikhuluma ngamagama la weNgisi. Ngithi uzuthi wena ningakhulumi njalo mina ngiyawazi amagama enu. Ngoba phela sesithumela izinto lapha na mayesibizela upage browse mase kufanele sihleke sithumela ama-ID kwakulethe into eyi-certified nama-bank statement. Maybe umuntu ongabuza ukuthi ke out of everything we've done yini abantu abangayilindela ku-page now?
I would say actually into abangayilindela is more presence. That's my goal. I mean, it's to have more presence, not only as a poet, but to also help in providing platforms for my poets in the same way that you're doing in Dent Limbela. So just more presence in and around local, no matter how it happens in
besides poetry, umuntu uzoba interested ukuthi khona into ayenzayo page eceleni noma nje poetry is
well, I've been a professional poet for a long time. I found out that I'm not actually a professional poet. I'm a professional writer because I've written other things like articles. I've written plays. I've written Izinkondlo. So that's and put it your thing occupy I wouldn't want any into the only thing I would want is more success. Yeah.
And what would you say to an upcoming page from any township or any rural place or and mangite any a younger page? Umuntu onepassion yokubhala ngesingisi. Yeah.
I'd say again it matters.
Yeah.
It's that simple. It will not look like it matters for a long time. It will not look like it matters for a long time. And it will we touch up gratification. Because if you are planning on taking it from about international service work, then when you must first be satisfied within yourself with your craft, and it must please you, it must fulfill you to the fullest. That way now must we keep ipuma is in your food is more fuller.
No, Sabonga cool. And one thing I always say about you is you're one person in Mazi or support Omuzalwak. Your father always supports you, and I've seen your father in so many places when you perform.
No, I've had that luck.
In Poetry Africa, was there. I was there.
Yeah, all 3 times.
Exactly.
All 3 times. Yeah.
So, and I think if it matters to you, just do it. Into yenza kufanele ukuthi uyenze kodwa kuwena. Kodwa futhi kumnandi kakhulu if there's also a support from back home.
Yeah, if there's someone else okuhlebela ukuthi go right.
No, mfethu sabonga kakhulu nje ukuthi uzivakashele and siyathembisa ukuthi siyinkondlo ziyaphilisa sizovakasha kusanidawunazi ngazo zonke izikhathi ithuma livela and senze lento eshoyo ukuthi provide a platform for this thing to grow and for this thing to be commercial and for ama-provides ukuthi nabo bathenga imizwa yobani through yona lento lesenza. So so siyabonga kakhulu mfethu ngesikhathi sakho nanokuyidela nje uyeke into zakho nanomsebenzi komuhle wenza uqiniseke ukuthi inkondlo ngempela ziyakhula nokugqugquzela nje abanye abantu. Ungayeki ukubhala ndoda ngazi isingisi lesi ngazi singasabi isingisi mhlawumbe ngaphambi kokuba sivaleliseke ngiyazi ukuthi khona ozovalelisa ngayo
hayi phela ngizovala ngenkondlo ekuthiwa take it all for those who use warning signs as bookmarks. There is no beginning. Time knows no origins. All is originally from right now. Now, B. I swear to you, we all have been waiting on the inside of your skin, ready to welcome you back. You are the product manual with all the answers intact. Remove the fragile side. Lord knows we've been broken far beyond our spines, but we are still dancing like our insides always do, like the chords on the hallway through, playing to the light we choose to step to. There are spark plugs on our cheekbones, our joints, that are circling to whirlwind us closer to the point. Son, I beg of you, this time furnish me whole. I've skipped a few lessons on how to manage the soul. I'm all thumbs, you see. Sucked into the marrow of impossibles, I am the hardest to please. I am only impressed by the dreams of harvested seas, but we can open wider than that. Yes, now more than ever we can give it all, only to be left with everything. Look, we did not come here to balance things out. No, we are here to tip the scale both ways. And there's a rise of people who were never taught happiness by the book, who judge the world by its looks. Hold the art accountable for everything you lost to love. Now gain it back to the pen. My last plea is one to the sky to take it all, because I realize that the best way to not fly is to constantly worry about how you're going to break your fall, and maybe you're not going to fall anymore. You're not going to fall anymore. Thank you.
Sabonga kakhulu bazalwane ukuthi nisilandele kuzo zonke inhlelo zokuxhumana nokusubscribe nilike nifollowisha khona futhi ningayokwenza njalo. Umfowethu ukhona ku Facebook, a poet called page. Yeah. Thank you for subscribing and doing everything to ensure that the movement grows. Noma sebekuphikisa uzobatshela ukuthi Izinkondlo Ziyaphilisa.
Thank you.